Mainoo, Hojlund, Garnacho. Three players a couple years ago who were tipped to be United's future, but now things are completely the opposite. A trio who thrived during the 2023-2024 season under Ten Hag, winning an FA Cup together where Mainoo and Garnacho scored in the final against rivals Manchester City to win at Wembley. Coming back to present day, Hojlund and Garnacho have left the club and Mainoo has been asking to leave on loan. It is my job in this rebuild to build around the trio and bring United back to the glory days and bring the trio to their peak potential. Can we do it? Here we are, season 1. Let's get into it. As you can see, we have Hojlund, we have Garnacho, and we have Mainoo. It is currently the 25-26 database, but this was made before Hojlund and Garnacho left. So if we go to the squad, as you can see, we've got players like Sesko, we've got players like Cunha, and we've got players like Mbeumo. Now, my aim for this rebuild is, of course, to bring United back to their glory days, whilst also bringing Garnacho, Mainoo, and Rasmus Hojlund back to their full potential. If we have a look at the finances, we have £173 million to spend. I think there's only one position I know that we have to improve on, and is that goalkeeping position, because as of recent times, Onana has been terrible and Bayindir has been terrible, and since deadline day they have replaced these two. But of course, because I used this database before the deadline day, it means that goalie has not joined the team yet. So the main aims for the transfer window is to run out and get us a new goalkeeper who can compete at the highest level with Manchester United and is not making these stupid mistakes that Onana is. Here we are, end of the transfer window, and this is the only signing I've made. For £64 million, I have signed Diogo Costa. Now, this guy is pretty much the go-to goalkeeper in FM24. And I think for a club like Man United, he's Portuguese, so he kind of fits with the Amorim and everything, the Portuguese players. I think he is going to lead us very, very far, and he probably will be my goalkeeper for the entire rebuild. I'm going to be honest, because I don't really plan on selling him. I'm going to keep him for the entire rebuild. I don't have any plans of getting rid of him or replacing him at the moment. Now, only one person has left, and it is Anthony. Let's be real. We've got Garnacho playing on the right wing, and Mbeumo probably going to stick on the left. He ain't going to play, and he's not very good either. So I cashed in. I think I sold him for about 20 million. And yeah, just cashed in the money, took the money. It's in the transfer budget, and it's probably not going to be spent until next season. So I think it's a good transfer out, because, as I said, he is not going to play. And I think you just need to get rid of him. He's just dead weight, isn't he? Another transfer out. Onana has gone out on loan, and they do have an obligation to buy him when he plays a certain amount of games for 50 million. So hopefully they play him for a certain amount of games and he can leave, because I will happily take 50 million for him, because he is terrible. And he's even worse in game. He is awful in game as well. Honestly, I don't want him. So now I've got Diogo Costa. He is out of my plans forever, and he's never going to be playing a game for this football club ever again. Tactic-wise, 4-2-4. It's the only way that I can get Sesko playing and Hojlund playing. And I think you've got to have Sesko playing, because he is unbelievable on this game. I have, instead of going with 2 DMs, I have pushed one of my DMs up and put him as an attacking playmaker. I feel like whoever it is, it's probably going to be Bruno Fernandes, but he will fill in this gap right here, because the inverted wing is going to push in and the attacking playmaker will fill in this gap here. These are the players that I'll be locking in. Of course, as I've already explained, Sesko, Hojlund, Garnacho, Mainoo. Euro, I want him to develop. I've never properly used him on this game. I'm thinking, it's September. Let's just get him in. Let's get him built up. Let's see what he can reach to. And hopefully, playing him for every game of the season, hopefully coming out at the end of the season, he will be unbelievable. Schedule-wise, we're through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, which is, I mean, we aren't really bothered, are we? We are 1 loss and 2 wins, though. That's the only negative. But hopefully we'll cook. No Europe this year, so there shouldn't be that much fatigue. So hopefully we can cook in the Premier League, qualify for Champions League, qualify for Europa League, maybe win a cup. It's probably out of reach, cups at the moment, but we need to focus on the league, really. So I'll see you at the end of the season for the start of season 2. End of the first season is here, and as I said, we are primarily focusing on the Premier League, so we are pretty much going to ignore the fact that we've been knocked out in the 5th and the 4th round. We're not going to talk about it. Not going to mention it ever again. That never happened. But Premier League, we have qualified for Champions League, which is literally all we wanted. We wanted to get back into Europe, and we have done it. So there's that. We're back into Europe. Now I push for even more for next season. Stats-wise, Sesko and Hojlund have cooked unbelievably. Sesko scored 31 goals in 43 games. That is very good. Rasmus Hojlund, 15 goals as well in 42. Now, the other standout for me is Lenny Yoro. He has developed very well. He has gone from a good Sky Bet Championship to a good Premier League division player. Finance-wise, 95 million. We can spend it. I think there's a few people that are probably going to leave in the transfer window. There's a few people we're going to bring in. I have a few ideas of what we need to improve. I'm going to be honest, with stuff like this, someone usually pops up that is going for an unbelievable price and you just can't resist it. So we'll probably find someone during the transfer window that I wasn't planning on buying, but he is ridiculously cheap and I'm going to buy him. So I'll see you at the end of the transfer window for the start of season 2. Now, I told you we were going to be spending money, and money we have spent. £281 million spent on transfers in. But if we look on the other side, 194 million on transfers going out. So there's no complaints there. We've only spent about 90 million, so there's nothing wrong with it. But first, let's go through who has left. Onana's gone. Thank the Lord. We're going to keep it short and simple. He's gone for 50 million. No complaints. He's terrible, so I'm happy he's gone. Lisandro Martinez, he has gone for 64 million. I weren't really planning on selling him, but the offer came through from Newcastle, and then I realised he's 5'9". I didn't think he was 5'9". I think there's something wrong with the database, but I'm not having a 5'9" centre back in my team. So straight out the door for £64 million. You can't complain. Mazraoui has gone for 37.5 million to Atalanta. I think I've replaced him. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I replaced him. But he wasn't playing anyway last season. He barely played any games, so just taking the money so I can spend it on someone else, really. Same again, 32 million. Didn't really play that many games. 32 million came through the door, and I was like, yep, get out. So, yet again, another one of money came through, offer came in, just get out. Because you can't say no for 32 million for a guy who's playing 5 games. And last, it's not very important, but Manasseh's gone to Villa for 12 million. We're just taking the money in, really, because I have replaced him. We have got a new left back, and you will see that in a minute. Now, transfers in. We need a new right back because Dalot wasn't performing, Mazraoui wasn't performing. So we have gone with Raul Bellanova. He is very good. He's fast, he's quick. He's also got some good crossing on him. Decent stats, really, especially the physicals. The physicals are what stand out. He is rapid, and I love a fullback that can go up and down the pitch really quickly. So I'm not against it, and we didn't really sign him for that much anyway. So you're not going to say no, really. And he hopefully will play over Dalot. Debast coming in 55 million. Now this is just a backup signing. He's kind of just going to play as my backup. He's probably going to kick off during the season, but we just got to hope someone gets injured. I'm not going to lock in any centre backs this year because I want everyone to play pretty much. I think Yoro's improved enough to play without me having to lock him in. So hopefully he'll play every game as well. But this guy here, he's basically just a backup for 55 million. New left back. Now, if we were in the 24-25 database, I would have signed him last season for 30 million. But because he'd gone to Napoli in real life, couldn't sign him. So I had to spend at least double on what I would spend on him to get him in. But let's be real, lads. You all know he always cooks. He is always unbelievable in this game. And I'm hoping with that 16 crossing, the 15 acceleration, 14 pace, just everything really, 15 passing, he just absolutely cooks down that wing. He's putting crosses in for our strikers. Final signing of the window. Now this was another one. Popped up randomly, saw him for 80 million, and I thought, you can't say no. I have about 90 million left in the budget. And I mean, you can't say no, can you? 80 million for Xavi Simons. Bruno Fernandes is getting a bit old, so I thought we'll get a signing in to replace him now rather than spending probably double to replace Bruno next season. And hopefully him and Bruno can work together, and probably when they're rotating between each other, hopefully they'll both cook as much as each other. Tactic wise, it is exactly the same. It's worked. If it's not broken, do not fix it. So locking in people though. So of course Hojlund, Garnacho, Mainoo, Sesko, because I think, as you can see, he is second in line, and I think Xavi Simons ended up playing ahead of him. We don't want that to happen, so we want Sesko to play every game. So we're going to do that. And then Gutierrez has been locked in. As you can see, he's my third worst left back behind Diogo Dalot. It's not happening. He is playing every game this season because I can guarantee you he is getting at least 15 assists next season. As you can see, it's a team locked in. Nothing special. Schedule-wise, 2 wins, a draw and a loss. Not great, but it's not terrible. UCL fixtures, they're not terrible. Bruges, Roma, Leipzig, Kiev, Madrid, Paris, Copenhagen and Monaco. A few games we can win there, they're pretty easy. And then of course you got the PSG and Atletico Madrid games. Probably going to be a bit difficult, but hopefully we are Man United. we are going to cook them. So let's see how it goes. I'll see you at the end of the season for the start of season 3. Season 2 is here, and as you can see, we have a trophy in our back pocket. There is a trophy in the cabinet. Finally, it only took 2 seasons, which is pretty good, but we have to go through of what we've not won. So first of all, we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Tottenham. At least it was Tottenham and it wasn't some championship team. I'm going to be honest. I'm happy it's Tottenham. Not really bothered. I'm not really aiming to win the Carabao. I mean, it's a terrible mentality, but we got to focus on getting Champions League pretty much consistently. Talking about Champions League, we got knocked out in round of 16 to Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, we're not going to talk about it. I mean, I would like to have gone a bit further and of course not lost to Borussia Dortmund. They're not very good in this game, so I don't know how we've lost to them. Premier League wise, we have finished 3rd. We are 8 points behind City, who have finished top. So it's not terrible. Champions League again. So, I mean, hopefully we can go further in the Champions League this year. Better in the round of 16. Please, I beg. Stats-wise, Sesko scored 39. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Sesko scored 39 goals. Yeah. Hojlund scored 17. I mean, you've been outshone by your teammate. I think he got injured a lot because he's only played 34 games. So I think he got injured for quite a bit of the season. But it's at least a goal every other game, so we're not against it. Xavi Simons doing bits, Bryan Mbeumo doing bits, Bruno Fernandes doing bits, so we are not against it. I'm also going to point out Gutierrez, 16 assists. I called it. I said he was going to get more than 15 assists, and he did exactly that because he is unbelievable on this game. Finances. Transfer budget is 73 million. That is mainly because of installments. I'm going to be honest. Xavi Simons was a lot of installments and Gutierrez was also a lot of installments. So they've hit back on us this year. So we're going to feel the pressure of it. But hopefully a few people can go. I'm thinking I'm going to sell Bruno. He's getting a bit old now. And I'm feeling like the Saudi money is going to come in anytime soon. And I'm going to have to cash in on him because I'm going to get a lot of money for him. If I can get him gone now, there's a lot more money that I can get if I get him gone next season. So we're going to get him gone now, hopefully. And hopefully that transfer budget can go up and we'll make the right signings to replace him. Here we are for the transfers, and as you can see, we haven't spent as much money as usual, but first we'll go through who's left, and there is one big one of someone who has left. Amad Diallo has gone to Juventus for 77 million. It came to me off, he was like, Gaffer, I want to leave, I ain't getting enough game time, which as you can see, in 5 years he's played 53 games. And I just went to him, like, Garnacho's better. Garnacho is 10 times better than you. So if anyone puts in a bid, you're gone. Juventus put in a £77 million bid. Get out. So he's gone. The money has been spent on a replacement, and you'll see soon who it is, and I bet you cannot imagine who it is. Another one that's gone. Bruno has gone. Now, I am a bit annoyed because he only went for 17 million. I was sure I was going to get so much more, but then a £17 million offer came in after I asked agent for availability, and I was not happy. I just sucked it up, took it, and we have signed a replacement. But not even that much more, to be fair. So let's get into them. Let's get into who we brought in. And the first one is unbelievable. I've signed Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, 20 years old, is at Man United for £90 million. £90 million for Lamine Yamal. Oh my God. Wow. This guy is going to be unbelievable for me. Just look at them traits. Just look at the stats. 18 dribbling, 17 first touch. This is all at 20. At 20 years old. If he doesn't cook for me, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because he just looks unbelievable. We are going to get into a scrap with Mbeumo about this because I'm probably going to lock him in. And Mbeumo's not going to be happy. The Bruno replacement is here for 64 million or 55 million. Hold on. 55 million. The Bruno replacement is here and he's pretty good. He is, of course, going to be swapping in between Kobe Mainoo and Xavi Simons. Of course, that's mainly if Mainoo gets injured, because Mainoo will be locked in. But other than that, just a backup. He's a very good backup. I'm surprised he's probably going to... I wouldn't be surprised if he kicks off about being a backup. But hopefully, my assistant manager plays him more than I expect him to play. As you can see, he's been on the bench and subbed on 3 times. So hopefully that changes and hopefully he doesn't get angry by the end of the season. Another sign-in, I needed a backup right back, so we have loaned this guy in. Pretty much it. Nothing too serious about it. He's on a loan and I end up finding a new right back next season to back up instead of him. Tactic-wise, it is exactly the same. The only difference is Sesko is no longer locked in and Lamine Yamal is now locked in on that left wing, just so he plays every single game pretty much. Because you can't sign him for 90 million and then not play him. So Mbeumo is going to have to sick it up, and he's going to have to deal with it and just let Lamine Yamal play, because you can't spend 90 million and just leave him to rot on the bench. Schedule wise, we lost the Community Shield, but we are undefeated in the Premier League and we are top. So yet again, no complaints. The only thing I see though is we have Spurs in the Carabao Cup, and if it goes how it went last time, there's no Carabao Cup this year. So I'm hoping it doesn't go how it went last year and we do beat Spurs and go far in the Carabao Cup. Champions League games, these are ridiculous. PSV, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Anderlecht, Bayer Leverkusen, Man City, Feyenoord and Molde. Of course, there's a few easy ones, but then you've got Man City, PSG and Atletico Madrid. Not having it. Not having it. UEFA, we're going to have words, because that is diabolical. That is an awful, awful pick. We won't even pick, just draw. Honestly, what are them games? I'm just hoping we prove UEFA wrong. So let's see. Simulate to the end of the season, and I hope we prove UEFA wrong and we have a few trophies in the trophy cabinet alongside that FA Cup. Bow down to me. I am the greatest. It could have been 4 if it wasn't for Luton. We lost to Luton in the semi-final of the FA Cup. But let's go through it. We have won the Carabao Cup. That is another trophy in the trophy cabinet. And to make things even better, we have won the Champions League against PSG 3-0 in the final. And then to make things even better, we have won the Premier League. And what makes that even better is we beat City by 5 goals. 5 goals we beat them to the Premier League for. So Man City can swivel on that, because we are better. We are the bigger team in Manchester. Stats wise, he's done it again. Don't even need to go through it. Sesko scored 46. Hojlund scored 29 and 17 assists though. That's an unbelievable season from him. And Cunha scored 20 goals and 16 assists from the bench. From the bench. No idea how. Lamine Yamal's done 12 and 12 as well. That's ridiculous. That is so good. Transfer budget. The installments are starting to pick up. 70 million transfer budget. People are going, people are coming. That's the plan. And I'll see you at the end of the transfer window for the start of season 4. Right. Money has been spent. 227 million in, 172 out. We will quickly go through who has left. Cunha's gone for 90 million. He was kicking off about wanting to leave because of game time, so I thought, get gone then. Then we got a 98 million pound offer and a 90 million pound offer. And which one do you think he chose? The 90 million pound one. So I'm down 8 million. I'm fuming. Ugarte's gone to Real Madrid for 51 million. He barely played. I'm going to be honest, with Nico Gonzalez coming in. He barely played a game. And the Real Madrid put an offer in, and he would have got restless if I didn't let him go. So off you pop. Bye-bye. Xerxes is also gone. He was complaining about game time, and then Monaco put an offer in, and he was gone as well. Bye-bye. Because he wasn't playing the game anyway, so I'm not asked. People coming in. Coyote. We need a new right back. So we bought in Coyote because, as you all know, this guy's the GOAT. And he was also still at Brentford. So I got him for pretty cheap as well. So we're not going to go against it. We're not going to complain. Get him in. Get him on that right back. Free transfer. Need a backup goalie. I have no words. £50 million for prime Samu Almirodian. That's all I'm going to say. £50 million. That's all we're going to talk about here. The fact that this guy was going £50 million. And I'm just going to point out them physicals. Kabasi is in. We have signed him from Chelsea for about 120 million. Dilit's getting old. We're needing a new centre back to partner with Yoro, because I am not lying to you, Yoro is world class. Yoro is world class. It is ridiculous. But yeah, so hopefully he'll play a lot of games and he'll absolutely cook in that back line for us. People complaining about backup goalies, so signed in for 17 million. That's pretty much it. Tactic wise, it is the exact same, and it's also the exact same players locked in as of season 1, except Sesko, of course. Nothing special, just them 3 locked in as they always have been, so nothing really else to say. Schedule-wise, we have lost 1 game. We have won the Super Cup, and we are 3rd in the Premier League. And the Community Shield we won, so we're not against it. Champions League games, these ones are a lot easier. The only issue is we have the Milan derby back-to-back. We have both Milan teams straight after each other, so that's going to be fun. But other than that, pretty easy run. So that is it. I will see you for the end of season 4, and hopefully we have another few trophies in the trophy cabinet for the start of season 5 with a big budget as well. We love a big budget. I have no words. It was almost on again. Back-to-back trebles was on until we lost in the final of the Champions League. Oh, it's brutal. But we won the Carabao Cup. We still haven't won an FA Cup since the first season. And we are runners up in the Champions League. And then, of course, we've won the Premier League by 9 singular points. Well, 9 points. Won the Premier League by 9 points. Unbelievable season. Stats-wise, Samu and Hojlund, 30 goals plus each. Ridiculous. Lamine Yamal, 23 goals, 16 assists. Unbelievable. And then Garnacho, 22 goals and 35 assists as a winger. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. I have no words. That is honestly the best performance I have ever seen by a winger in this game. Finances wise, the yearly installments are gone. We have 138 million in the bank to spend. Oh my God. And I'm telling you right now, this is being spent. All of it is being spent, and you're going to see. So let's get to the end of that transfer window for the final season. Here we are. Money has been spent. 191 million spent. 45 million out. Now, there's only one signing on that out, so I'm just going to get through it now. It is Bellanova. He is gone. I brought Coyote in. He kicked off. Get gone. Saudi came in. Get out. Easy. Issue solved. Now let's get on to the money spent. 185 million for this. Yeah, ridiculous. And he's also ridiculously good. We have brought him back to the team. We have brought him back to Man United, where he was made. So I'm hoping he cooks this final season for us. Musa Diaby on a free. He's been released by Saudi. So we'll get him in on a free. Back him up to Garnacho and Lamine Yamal. And backup striker as well. So he can play everywhere. So yeah, just said get him in. 250k a week. Nothing is wrong with that. This is just a striker. I saw him. I couldn't let anyone else have him really. So I thought we'll sign him for the last season. Put him out on loan just for the fun of it. And who knows, he could cook out on loan. Just, yeah, another backup player, really. And then people kicked off about a right back. So I found this guy, 18. He is ridiculous. And yeah, bought him in for £8 million. So yeah, ridiculous. Tactic-wise, stays the exact same. The only difference is Hojlund is locked in on that left side. And Omarodian will be locked on the right side as well, because he is world-class pressing forward. So you can't say no to it. Schedule-wise, we beat Forest 7-0. Won the Community Shield. Unbelievable. We lost to Chelsea though, but we are through in the Carabao Cup as well. Champions League wise, these are ridiculous. Benfica, Barcelona, Porto, San Sebastian, Leipzig, PSG, PSV, and whatever they're called. Unbelievable draw. Honestly, we should get through the league phase. We should finish in that top 8 to get straight through to round 16. So hopefully we get there. And hopefully we get some more trophies in that cabinet for the final season. So I'll see you there at the end of the season. It's not been the season we wanted. We have only won the Carabao Cup. It's a poor last season. But we were 6 points behind City in the league. And we were knocked out in the semi-final in the FA Cup as well. So it's just been absolutely brutal, really. It's pretty much how to sum it up. It's just been a brutal final season. It's not the way to go out. I'm not proud of it. Stats-wise, it kind of shows Samu scored 13 goals in 19 games. Something must have happened there because he's only played 19 games for some reason. Hojlund scored 27 in 52. Great, pretty good. Musa Diaby scored 24 as well. Bremu scored 21 as well. So people are cooking. It's been a great season this season for stats-wise, but shame we couldn't win a trophy, really. That is the Man United rebuild done and dusted. We have brought Rasmus Hojlund, Garnacho and Mainoo to their peaks, who have absolutely stat padded the Premier League and the Champions League and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. We have brought Man United back to their glory days, winning the Champions League, winning trebles, everything. So honestly, I'm not complaining. If you did enjoy this rebuild though, please like, please subscribe. More are on the way, I promise you that. And as I always say, leave suggestions down in the comments, just so, you know, it gives me some ideas, because I'm going to be honest, we are running out of ideas because we are getting very close to FM26 and I want to save some rebuilds for FM26. So that's that rebuild done. See you on the next one, lads.